February has been a cold, wet month this year, and I've found myself spending a lot of time indoors with Friday. If we're not lounging around watching old movies or listening to Ravi Shankar, I've mostly been working on cutting out stencils for a new art piece. Don't worry, I'll be sharing more of that with y'all later in the video, so please stick around. Honestly, February will always be a mixed bag of emotions for me due to an array of very significant anniversaries like my mom's passing. It's been 9 years since my mom died. I'll never forget it because we held a memorial service for her on my 30th birthday. I have a very special connection to my mom through ladybugs. Every time I see one, I instantly think of her. Recently, there have been a loveliness of ladybugs who have made their home in my bathroom. That's actually the term for a grouping of ladybugs. A loveliness of ladybugs. And how lovely is that? Speaking of birthdays, I turned 39 this year. My brother was really sweet and he offered to treat me to dinner, so we went downtown to Mellow Mushroom. You too. Right. This was fun. So you see this old Polaroid here? This is from when we were really little. We were taking a family vacation to Edisto Island, South Carolina, and yeah, this is me. Let me zoom in here. This is me, my brother. This is my mom. This is my grandma's El Camino. I used to love climbing in the back of that thing and shutting the hatchback, and it felt all like cozy and private. It was like my own little personal like hideaway or my little clubhouse. And my mom, she let us run wild, run free. She let us get pretty creative, and these are some old grocery bags, and we cut some holes out for the eyes and the mouth, and looks like my brother made a little nose. We just ran around having a good old time, being little ghosts on Edisto Island. I call this picture Edisto Haunting. We're here at my desk in my art studio, and remember at the top of the video I mentioned that I was working on a new art piece? Well, I just wanted to share some of the design concepts with you. This is called Heart's First Flight. You know, I always start with just trying to get the design out of my head and onto paper so I can visualize it, so I can actually see what it's going to look like. And this is a scene that's been floating around in my head for the better part of a year, and I've just been itching to get this out. And February seemed like such a opportune time to do just that. And I want to give a big shout out to my girlfriend Annie for helping me with the title. She's so good at titles. When I get stuck sometimes, I'm like, Annie, help me, I don't know what to call this. And she came up with the title Heart's First Flight, and it just fit. It just seemed so perfect. So you can see after the initial design concept, I go from, you know, just a rudimentary sketch to something like that, start refining it a little bit more. And then, you know, I kind of modeled this. I don't know if you can see, modeled it after my own hand. And from here, I'm going to start working up some stencils. So I've got a lot of cutting to do, but this is going to be like 4 different colors. It's going to be a solid red, a darker red. It's going to be like a dusty rose color for the highlights, and then a dark, like black outline, just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. But that's pretty much it. This is the scene that I've been carrying around in my head for the better part of a year, and I have no idea where these ideas come from. Sometimes they just appear, and I'm just like, whoa, I gotta get that out. So I'm gonna go to work on some stencils. Usually when I'm working on stencils, I like to have something playing on my iPad, you know, whether it's a movie or music. It's just nice to have something playing in the background while I work. And for a while, you know, I've really been needing an iPad stand. But, you know, when you're a working artist, you can't always afford, you know, the nicer things in life, or even basic things, you know, priorities come first and whatnot. So what I did, I went to Michael's and got this cheap old easel, set it up on my desk, and voila! Behold, feast your eyes, instant iPad stand. And it's brilliant. It works perfectly. So even though the weather has been kind of crappy recently, I was still able to go out on a few occasions with Mike and my friend Kelsey and Alicia, and we got to skate it up. So while I'm working on these stencils, why don't you check out this edit that I put together recently. Enjoy. It's like, looks like it's pointing down. Okay. There you go.
That's the name of their album.
Okay. Welcome back to the Studio Day RUCU. As you can see, we have 3 individually cut hand stencils, including 1 layer for the fingernails, as you can see there. We have a background pattern consisting of a total of 75, yes, you heard correctly, 75 individually cut circles to create the polka dot background pattern. And we have 4 individually cut stencil layers to create the Mylar heart balloon. As you can see, it's a beautiful day and I got all my spray paint lined up here, ready to go. I think it's time to apply these stencils and create some magic. Let's go. Today is a very special day. You want to know why? Because it is Saturday, February 29th. It is a leap year. It is leap day. Happy leap day. Look at that. The next time we're going to have a leap day is 2024. So this day doesn't really exist. It's all a figment of your imagination. So I can't think of a better day to get out and paint than February 29th, leap day. Also, it's 420. Well, there you have it. The finished product turned out even better than I had imagined. I'm absolutely chuffed with how well this piece turned out. That's the exciting and terrifying thing about the kind of art that I do. I never truly know how it's going to look or how well the colors will play together until I actually start applying the stencils. The yarn connecting the hand to the balloon as well as the drop shadow were both painted by hand. And I was so nervous about the drop shadow in particular because I didn't want it to detract from the rest of it. But actually it adds a subtle depth that makes the piece pop even more. I had a really productive February working on projects. I had a great birthday. Watch out, 40, here I come. And I got to seize the leap day by making what is probably one of my favorite pieces to date. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day to show this video some love. It means a lot to me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.
Still here.
Still going. Still going. Still going. You're on candid camera.
Oh, nice.
You got this.
Yeah.
Smooth sailing.